देवीं
सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो
ततो
जयमुदीरये।
जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु
नष्टप्रायेष्व
अभद्रेषु
अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं
नित्यं
भागवत
भागवत
सेवया।
सेवया
भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके
भगवती
भगवती उत्तमा
उत्तमा
श्लोके
श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्टिकी।
नैष्टिकी।
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 26, Verse 17. Rama Uchuhu
राम
रामावुचुः
ऊचुः
Natana Janimas
नरनाथ न
नरनाथ न
जानीमः
जानीमास्।
Naranath na Janimas
नरनाथ
न
न
जानीमः
जानीमास्।
Naranath na Janimas
नरनाथ न जानीमास्।
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
त्वत्प्रियाय व्यवस्यति।
तत्प्रियाय
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
तत्प्रियाय
त्वत्प्रियाय व्यवस्यति।
व्यवस्थिति
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले निर्वस्तारे
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले
निर्वस्तारे
निर्वस्तारे
Shayanam Pasya Shatruhan
शयानां पश्य
पश्य
शत्रुघ्न
शत्रुघ्न।
Shayanam Pasya Shatruhan
शयानां
शयानां
पश्य
पश्य
शत्रुघ्न
शत्रुघ्न।
Naranath na Janimas
नरनाथ न
नरनाथ न
जानीमः।
जानीमः
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
त्वत्प्रियाय
त्वत्प्रियाय
व्यवस्यति।
व्यवस्थिति
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले
भूतले
निर्वस्तारे
निर्वस्ते
Shayanam Pasya Shatruhan
शयानां पश्य
पश्य
शत्रुघ्न
शत्रुघ्न।
Naranath na Janimas
नरनाथ न
जानीमः
जानीमास्।
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
त्वत्प्रियाय
व्यवस्थिति
व्यवस्यति।
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले
भूतले
निर्वस्तारे
निर्वस्तारे
Shayanam Pasya Shatruhan
शयानां
शयानां
पश्य
पश्य शत्रुघ्न।
शत्रुघ्न
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Rama Uchu
रामावुचुः
Naranath na Janimas
न
नरनाथ न
जानीमः
जानीमास्।
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
तत्प्रियाय
त्वत्प्रिया
भवस्यति
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले निर्वस्तारे
Shayanam Pasya Shatruhan Rama Uchu
रामाऊचु
Naranath na Janimas
नरनाथ न
नरनाथ न
जानीमः
जानीमास्।
Tvatpriyayad Vyavasyati
त्वत्प्रियायद्व्यवस्यति
Bhutale Nirvastare
भूतले निर्वस्ता
Shayana Pasya Shatruhan. Thank you. Online devotees want to chant the
पश्य
shloka?
हरे
शत्रुघ्न
कृष्ण प्रभु जी। राम ऊचुः नरनाथना जानीमस्त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
प्रभु जी।
प्रभु जी। रामावुचु नरनाथ न जानीमास् तत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्थारे स्वयं पश्य शत्रुहन्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। थैंक
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
रामावुचुः
सर्वत्र
नरनाथ न जानीमस्त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निर्वस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुघ्न। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी राम ऊचुः नरनाथा न जानीमस्त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन् हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी थैंक यू
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। राम ऊचु नरनाथ न जानीम तत्प्रियां यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्. Thank you, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी। राम उवाच नरनाथ न जानीमस्तत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। राम
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
न जानीम तत्प्रियाय त्ववस्थिति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयनां शत्रु पश्य शत्रुहन्। थैंक यू प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। राम ऊचुः नरनाथानां जानीमस् त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यते भूतले निर्वस्तारे तया नाम पश्य शत्रुहम्. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। रामः ऊचुः नरनाथ न जानीमस्त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्.
Thank you, everyone.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Yes, Mataji.
नरनाथ न
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
जानीम
जी।
तत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्थिति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Yes, Mataji, please chant.
नरनाथ न जानीमस्त वह प्रिया पद 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 व्यस्ति भूतले निरवस्तारे शयना परम परम शत्रुहन। हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Thank you, everyone. We'll look at the word meanings. Ramah Uchuhu. The women thus spoke. Naranatha, O king. Na Janimaha, we do not know. Tvat Priya, your beloved. Yat Vyavasyati, why she has taken to this sort of life. Bhutale, on the ground. Niravastare, without bedding. Shayanam, lying down. Pasya, look. Shatruhan, O killer of enemies. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the women addressed the king, O master of the citizens, we do not know why your dear wife has taken on this sort of existence. O killer of enemies, kindly look. She is lying on the ground without bedding. We cannot understand why she is acting this way. Kindly repeat. All the women addressed the king.
All the women addressed the king.
O master of the citizens,
O master of the citizens,
we do not know
we do not
We do
know
not
why your
know
dear wife
why your
Hey,
dear
your dear
wife
wife
has taken on this sort of existence.
has
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 taken on
taken
this
taken
on
sort
on
of
this
this
sort
sort
of
existence.
of
existence.
existence.
O killer of enemies,
O
O
O
killer of
killer of
King,
enemies,
enemies,
kindly look.
kindly look.
kindly look.
She is lying on the ground without bedding.
She
She
is
is
lying
lying
on
on
the
the
ground
ground
without
without
bedding.
bedding.
We cannot understand
we
We
cannot
cannot
Not
understand
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 why she is acting this way.
why
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 she is
she is
acting this
acting
way.
this way.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. When a person is devoid of devotional service or Vishnu Bhakti, he takes to many sinful activities. King Purunjana left home, neglected his own wife, and engaged himself in killing animals. This is the position of all materialistic men. They do not care for a married, chaste wife. They take the wife only as an instrument for sense enjoyment, not as a means for devotional service. To have unrestricted sex life, the karmis work very hard. They have concluded that the best course is to have sex with any woman and simply pay the price for her as though she were a mercantile commodity. Thus, they engage their energy in working very hard for such materialistic acquisitions. Such materialistic people have lost their good intelligence. They must search out their intelligence within the heart. A person who does not have a chaste wife accepted by religious principles always has a bewildered intelligence. The wife of King Puranjana was lying on the ground because she was neglected by her husband. Actually, the woman must always be protected by her husband. We always speak of the goddess of fortune as being placed on the chest of Narayana. In other words, the wife must remain embraced by her husband. Thus, she becomes beloved and well protected. Just as one saves his money and places it under his own personal protection, one should similarly protect his wife by his own personal supervision. Just as intelligence is always within the heart, so a beloved chaste wife should always have her place on the chest of a good husband. This is a proper relationship between husband and a wife. A wife is therefore called Ardhangini, or half of the body. One cannot remain with only one leg, one hand, or only one side of the body. He must have two sides. Similarly, according to nature's way, husband and wife should live together. In the lower species of life among birds and animals, it is seen that by nature's arrangement, the husband and wife live together. It is similarly ideal in human life for the husband and wife to live together. The home should be a place for devotional service, and the wife should be chaste and accepted by a ritualistic ceremony. In this way, one can become happy at home. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रेयोत्पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगं रघुनाथान्वितान्तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगं ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राम ऊचुः नरनाथ
Ramama,
न जानीमस्त्वत्प्रिया यद्व्यवस्यति भूतले निर्वस्तारे शयानां पश्य शत्रुहन्। All the women address the king, O master of the citizens, we do not know why your dear wife has taken on this sort of existence. O killer of enemies, kindly look. She is lying on the ground without bedding. We cannot understand why she is acting this way. So we have seen how King Puranjana has come through the whole circle, which means he married a beautiful woman, enjoyed his grahastha life, engaged in sensual pleasures, then headed for the forest, killing animals. Some realization came, he came back home. Now yesterday's class was focused on how the women should be in their married life. Today's shloka looks like focus on how men should be in their married life. Generally, all the gyan that we have been getting in the Shastras is how a woman should act in the married life. But here, there's one good shloka, how men should act in their married life. So Prabhupada is starting this verse straight, with a straight attack. He's not going around. He's saying, when a person is devoid of devotional service or Vishnu Bhakti, he takes to many sinful activities. If you see, in your own life you analyze, apart from our meek, weak attempt in devotional service, everything else is a sinful life. In our own life. Apart from whatever we are little trying to serve the Lord, serve the Guru Parampara, everything else is sin. And even if that part is taken away, then the whole life is sinful. Generally we think sin means to harm others, to make gross harm. Gross harm means you cut somebody, you slap somebody, you beat somebody. We have a feeling that that is sin. But sin's definition is not so restricted. Sin's definition is vast. Subtle behavior also creates sin. So Prabhupada here is explaining that if a grahastha, if a married couple in their married life resort to unrestricted sex, that is also sin. We never thought about it, no? In fact, the husband and wife will take pride. See, we do not look outside our marriage for our bodily pleasures. They will say that. No, I never had a relationship with anyone except my wife. Wife will say, I've never had a relationship with any man outside my wife. But that is not a matter of pride. Shastras say, if you indulge in unrestricted sex for bodily pleasures, sin. So we don't know the definition of sin. What we think is a matter of pride for us is actually sin committed on a daily basis. Graha Medhi, very clearly defined in the Shastras. Graha Medhi means somebody who's working very, very hard during the day to earn money and at night working similarly hard to get pleasure for his body. Prabhupada is explaining, a wife should be chaste and so a man should always be chaste. Which means what? Which means before marriage they should not indulge in any sexual activities. In the present times that we live in, Hindi में we used to say, अलादीन का चिराग लेके निकलेंगे दिन में, दोपहर में अगर अलादीन का चिराग लेके निकलेंगे तो भी नहीं मिलेगा. This is the position. Before marriage, if you expect a man or let's say a girl and a boy to be chaste, I don't know whether you will find somebody on this planet. That are the times we are living in. And the entire human race is to be blamed because facilities have been built for that. I remember when I was just, I think, past high school and was entering college, all the friends were planning, let's go to Thailand. I never had any idea. I said, maybe it's a good country, foreign country, beaches. And I was saying, yeah, we will go. And I went also. And you may think that I am claiming myself to be innocent, but really I didn't know what is to be expected there until I landed there. And it was sort of a huge surprise for me. Okay, this is also what is existing in the world. This is what is also existing in the world. My goodness. So the human race has built facilities for us to enjoy. to enjoy in unrestricted way. Pay the price. See, Prabhupada is so upfront. These purports have been written 50, 60 years back. Pay the price and job is done. Just pay the price. Today is the world where boys immediately after passing out at the age of 21, 22, 23 get huge salaries. Any job they do. And there's a predictable pattern in the way they spend their money. First, if they don't own a home, they will take a home loan and buy a home. Second, they will take a loan, buy a car. Now what to do? Because they still have surplus cash. Then they start spending in sinful activities. Because I worked in corporate, all of you are working and everybody knows Shri Radha Govinda Bhagavan ki jai. They don't know where to spend that money in absence of devotion in their life, and their sinful activities start kicking in. Starts with small outing with friends, some occasional drinking, occasional smoking, ending up with bigger and bigger sins. And these boys and girls start saying, "No, these are all bachchon ka kaam hai, no? All this smoking, drinking, so this we have done. There's no pleasure now. Let's look for higher. Drugs and all sort of obnoxious things. I even can't spell out. You all know better." Why this is happening? Is this happening because there is too much of money in the hands of young boys and girls? Yes, partly true. But who says money is a bad thing? The problem is there is no knowledge of how to spend that money. In other way, there is no knowledge of how a life should be led. So there is no knowledge of devotional service. Because apart from devotional service, everything is sin. And why I say so? Because devotional service means nishkam. Nishkam means not for your own satisfaction, but for the satisfaction of somebody who is the purest available person. See, if you want to give satisfaction to your friend, you may take him to a place of sin. चल मजे करेंगे, and then what मजे करेंगे? दारू पिएंगे, सिगरेट पिएंगे, गलत काम करेंगे. But if you want to give pleasure to Shri Krishna, you will not indulge in any obnoxious activities. The pleasure can be given to him only through sincere and simple activities. Just cooking for him gives him pleasure. Just decorating him gives him pleasure. Just offering a flower gives him pleasure. Simple activities, but sincere activities. So who said earning money is wrong? It's not wrong. The knowledge to spend it, the knowledge to lead your life is what is missing in the society. Unfortunately, we have seen in the southern part of India, Mangaluru, around when we go, we meet people, they are very, very rich, millionaire, billionaire, but the way they conduct their lives, we get astonished versus, the northern part of the country or the western part of the country. Very simple living, very pious, believe in God, want to serve God. And then you understand, okay, this is how also life can be led. Not that you have to spend your money for sinful activities. So Prabhupada here is targeting all the men and saying, wife should not be neglected. Should not neglect your wife. Which wife? Married, chaste wife. Wife should be chaste. She should deserve the respect she is expecting. Prabhupada used to say, first deserve, then desire. This is true for both the ways, not only for men, also for women. First deserve, then desire. First you deserve. What are your activities? Or men, yesterday when Mataji was saying, she has come visiting us for service, that she fell down. She was on a scooter. She fell down. And she was so badly hurt that she could not even get up on her own. Somehow she managed to go to the doctor on herself and returned home, told the things to her husband. After a few minutes or maybe half an hour something, husband is asking, "Khana tayar hai kya?" Mataji was so sad when she was saying, "Khana tayar hai kya?" Can you understand what lives we are living? A married, chaste woman, this is how she gets a respect in her family by the man. Or on the other way, also it is true, a man who is chaste, honest, simple, working hard to meet both ends, earning for his family, and the wife is after him so that she can enjoy and not letting him live peacefully. It is also happening. Somehow, the other way, the second story is more prevalent now. We are seeing many I don't know, maybe it's a one-sided that I'm hearing, but many men getting exploited also. And it's all depend on the desha kala paristhiti, because sometimes the laws of the country are such that they try to favor the fair sex and they try to take advantage. But bringing us back to what Prabhupada is saying, should not take wife as the instrument for sense enjoyment. And that is why when a grahastha is into devotional service, they are practicing bigger austerity than even a brahmachari. Because as Prabhupada is explaining, butter and fire together, still trying to serve the Lord. Not easy. See, a brahmachari at least has declared to the world through his clothes, through his attitude, through his acharan, okay, I'm not going to marry, and consciously practices, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he took sannyas, did not even allow women to come close to him. Consciously practices to stay away from the women. In fact, I was reading somewhere, sannyasis were not even allowed to hear the songs sung by women, because they will get attracted by the sweet voice. शास्त्रास का इतना बड़ा क्वालिटी है, बोला सन्यासी को माता जी लोग का आवाज भी नहीं सुनना चाहिए गाने का, नहीं तो उनका आवाज से मोहित हो जाएंगे. So there is a conscious effort to stay away, and all his environment surrounding helps him do that. So there is a brahmachari and there is a grasta and there are some matajis. Okay, Prabhuji, आप इधर बैठिए, we'll help you. Because we know brahmachari is not supposed to interact closely. Consciously everybody is helping. But think about a grahastha all the time living with his beautiful wife, or the wife living with a handsome husband, and still restraining to not engage in sex. Not easy. Big austerity. Big austerity. Because they are not living in the temple all the time. They are also going to their jobs, seeing other men, seeing other women, and also sometimes scrolling Facebook, Instagram, and seeing all the cozy pictures and poses. Maya all the time hanging sword on the neck. Can you imagine? And still this grasta is practicing devotional service. You should actually bow down to their lotus feet. Not easy. But where does that power come from? That power comes from the execution of the activity itself. Which means the more you get into devotional service, the more power you get, the more mercy you get, and the more you are able to control your senses. It's like taking medicine and getting cured. With each pill that you take, you get cured. Another pill, more cure. Another pill, more cure. So devotional service is like that. You keep on performing, your senses and your mind keeps coming in your control. But current world, the current scenario, the situation is what? To work hard for sex. In fact, many people, in Shastras also they say, the whole material world is revolving around sex. That's it. The entire material existence is around sex. And this even other sampradayas, not our sampradaya, means in terms of the four sampradayas, even The ones who are Nirakarvadis, they also tell it's a kichad. I remember having told you the story when I visited and the other person was from a Nirakarvadi organization. He was telling me, this singing, bhajan and all is not nice. But at the same time, he told me, oh, sex is a kichad, you should avoid. So it's a consistent force and a consistent knowledge that avoid this, because this is what holds you in this material world. So what has to be done? Intelligence has to be obtained. Prabhupada is saying they must search out for intelligence within the heart. Within the heart. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. So how to search? When we say search, people start Googling how to have intelligence within the heart. You have to act. Kuch karna padega. And intelligence can come within the heart only when Paramatma wishes to give you intelligence in the heart, not otherwise. Not otherwise. Don't think it is your own effort that you read some books and it will come. No. You have to act. And only one thing can do that. What? Devotional service. Full stop. Nothing else. Nothing else. If you want to challenge this knowledge in this forum, please do that. No, apart from devotional service, there is something else also which can arise knowledge within the heart and I can restrain my senses. Nothing can do, apart from devotional service. Because the very foundation of devotional service is Nishkam. Nishkam. It's not for your gratification. That is the foundation on which you are building the building. And that is why you are able to restrain your senses. Imagine if you do something where your own interest is hidden, how can it be? How can you restrain your senses? Cannot. Yesterday evening we were reading Canto 2 in the Hindi class. That what? Bhukti, Mukti, Kami, Sada Ashant. Sada Ashant. Even though they may be yogis, Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, Dhyan Yogi, they are always Ashant. But Nishkam Krishna Bhakt, Sada Ashant. The basis is Nishkam. You are not trying to satisfy yourself, you are trying to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is where the rasa of service is. Not difficult to understand. If you go and if you try to serve others selflessly, the pleasure that you get is unparalleled. No wonder, that the Shastras say that the king used to broom the road with gold broom when Jagannath ji used to come on his chariot. No wonder, because service gives unparalleled satisfaction. So here it is being said that the wife of King Puranjana was lying on the ground. She was lying on the ground without bedding. Why? Because she was neglected by the husband. So Prabhupada is strongly advocating chaste married wife should never be neglected. She should be chaste. She should first deserve, then desire. She should be chaste. And what is the meaning of protected, not neglected? So Prabhupada is saying, like Vishnu keeps Lakshmi on his chest, you should keep your wife on your chest. Means what? You should have sneha for her. She should always be very dear to you. Now, as soon as we say she should be very dear to you, she should be in your heart, don't try to interpret it that, okay, we can indulge in sexual activities. No. No. That is what we have to understand. Because together, a chaste wife and a chaste man can practice devotional service in a very, very nice way. In a very, very nice way. So she should be loved and well protected. Shastras say that a woman should always be protected. First by her father, then by her husband, and later on by her son. So son also has the duty to protect her mother. Not nowadays where generally after marriage, mother is rotting somewhere, father is rotting somewhere, and son and wife, they're somewhere else, generally abroad, trying to earn more and more, so that their kids can study in the best of universities in the world. And mother and father, sometimes they even die in some house, and the neighbors will call, your mother has died, your father has, okay, I'll send you some money, can you arrange for cremation please? What is this? But a chaste woman will always encourage her husband to take care of the parents, not run away from the responsibility. See, a chaste woman, see what happens, immediately we try to cling on our rights, but run away from our duties. मेरा अधिकार है, शास्त्र ने कहा है, प्रभुपाद जी ने समझा दिया है, मेरा आप ध्यान रखिए, पर आपकी जिम्मेदारियां क्या है वो भी तो समझिए. आपकी जिम्मेदारियां क्या है? आप अगर चाहते हैं, if you want that your son takes care of you, and this is what the Shastras say, no? When your husband dies or when he is incapacitated, your son, then you should also allow your husband to take care of his mother, Baba. Why you are not allowing that? Then you are not a chaste woman. So it's always both sides. Just as one saves his money and places it under his own personal protection, one should similarly protect his wife by his own personal supervision. Wife should always be under personal supervision. And I remember why women have to do household work. Now times have changed. See, there are two things that have come to my mind. Prabhuji has told me that day the word Purusharth. We'll discuss that. Another is, the mind of a woman is always, that's the way she's made, roaming here and there and sense enjoyment. But if she's engaged in household work, she can control her mind. She can control her mind. In Krishna book we read how Mother Yashoda was actually making masala, churning butter. Why? That keeps women in good shape bodily, and also mind is under control. But now when they go out and they earn money, I'm not against that. Don't think I'm against that. But Shastra said Purusharth. Purusharth means only Purush or male should go out and work hard to earn money. It's not Mahilarth. Can be Mahilarth, no? Mahila should go and earn money. That's not what is recommended. Purusharth means Purush should work hard. That is his duty to work hard. He cannot sit idle and say, it is his duty. And Mahila, they should do household work. That is the way an ideal Grahastha should maintain things. Prabhupada is saying a wife is called Ardhangini. Ardhangini means half body. And he's explaining how cannot one remain without one leg, one hand, or one side of the body, which means husband needs wife, wife needs husband. Cannot be one way affair. But somehow a very interesting comparison Prabhupada has made. He's saying in the lower species of life, among birds and animals, it is seen that by nature's arrangement, the husband and wife live together. तो कह रहे हैं कि पशु पक्षी में पति पत्नी एक साथ रहते हैं. कुछ लोग बोल सकते हैं कि ऐसा तो नहीं लगता है ना? पर जनरली आप देखेंगे जो हर्ड है, द हर्ड, lions or other things, anyone, elephants also, they all live together. They travel as a herd. One husband may have more than one wives, but he is able to maintain. And so it is ideal for human life for husband and wife to live together. Not wife working in one country, husband working in one country, son studying in another country. It is happening. What to do? Aspirations have increased so much. I remember my previous boss, materialistic person, he used to tell me, the money you have spent is yours, if you have not spent it is somebody else's. जो पैसे आपने खर्च कर दिए वही आपके हैं, बाकी दूसरों के हैं. मतलब We spend our life earning crores and crores in our bank account, investing in some property, buying land, buying houses here, there. But if you have not enjoyed it, you die. You have done it for somebody else. आपने किसी और के लिए कर दिया है. या बैंक में सपोज 50 करोड़ पड़े हैं, आप जितना खर्च कर पाएंगे वही आपका है, बाकी दूसरों का है. तो आप क्यों कर रहे हैं सब? पुत्र कपूत तो क्यों धन संशय, पूत सपूत तो क्यों धन संशय. पूत सपूत, if your son is saput, is a able person, nice person, तो क्यों धन संशय? Then why are you accumulating wealth? And पूत कपूत तो क्यों धन संशय? If your son is kaput means he's indulged in obnoxious activities, he's not in your control, then why are you accumulating wealth? He'll spoil everything. So the bottom line is, you don't need to accumulate wealth beyond your requirements. There's no need at all. And that is what we are wasting our times in. Maybe slowly, with Prabhupada's mercy, with the books that he has written and we are reading, and the little vairagya that is developing in us, we can go a long way and try to inculcate the same values in our coming generations also. With that note, we'll end the discussion. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If anybody wants to add anything, because you all are very, very experienced in your marital lives, I am actually nobody to comment, but please add and tell us if there's something you want to add. Hare Krishna everyone. Yes, Jyoti Didi ji. Jyoti Didi ji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sadar Pranam. Prabhuji, please don't get angry if my question समझ ना आई तो. It's not against going against scripture.